Hey y'all, this is Sister Speaks with Ari Charmaine, episode 3. Happy New Year, y'all. Welcome to episode 3. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. I cannot wait to get back to you guys. I promise you. I was so excited to talk about this because this is something that I feel like we kind of shy away from and we kind of not talk about. So I couldn't wait to talk to y'all. But I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Girl, 2018 is upon us. Can y'all believe it? Like, we are like really in 2018, and we survived another year. Oh, the first year. What y'all? Can y'all believe it? Like, for real, we got 3 more to go. 3, but we're gonna be all right. Anyway, so welcome to episode 3. We're gonna jump right into it. This episode is called Just Friends Until Proven Otherwise. And so this episode is special because we get to include the fellas. It's not just for the ladies today. This is for the fellas too. I want y'all to get involved. I want you guys to comment, leave your thoughts and concerns, anything that you want to talk to me about. Definitely drop it down below because I want to hear what you guys got to say. I want to interact with y'all and have some feedback. So let's jump right into it. Just friends until proven otherwise. When I say just friends until proven otherwise, what I mean is a lot of times when we get into this dating thing, we tend to skip some steps, and we figure out, oh, we like the person, there's a connection, there's some chemistry, but then we go to thinking, I know for myself, I've done it in the past, we go to thinking all type of stuff like, oh, this could be the one, this gonna be my man, we start to plan stuff, but nobody has proven anything. And so that whole just friends until proven otherwise is the proven otherwise part. It's the working on the friends part until the proven otherwise gets established. You understand what I'm saying? So what I mean by just friends is the way you interact with each other, the way you build that friendship, that foundation. Our generation, I'm 27, and I know people my age nowadays, they not staying married. For instance, I have been married and divorced before, and it was tough. It was hard, and I got married for the wrong reasons, and it was a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. But just learning from that situation, in order for marriage and a relationship period to last, it has to have a foundation. Like, without a foundation, it's not going to do any good for any of you. You're gonna be wasting your time. So it's important to build a foundation. That's like building a house on sand, knowing that it's going to fall. Like, who does that? Nobody wants to do that. So it's always important to build the foundation. So we're going to talk about some foundation tools that we could build for this friendship when you're interested in a person. So guys, I want you to interact with me, okay? So the first question I want to pose is, how do we first approach the situation when we meet somebody? So fellas, for instance, if you see a lady that you're interested in physically, she attracts you, you want to get to know her on a deeper level, how do you approach her? Do you approach her with the intention to sleep with her? Do you approach her with the intention to make her your girlfriend? Do you approach her with the intention to be her friend? How do you approach this situation? Ladies, ask yourself the same question. Do you approach it as a friend, sleeping with the person, or what? A lot of us say that we want these, lasting, substantial relationships, but yet we don't put in the work to get that lasting and substantial relationship. So it's all about how we approach it initially. So let's talk about if we approach it as a friend. When we approach it as a friend, here's some things that you should look for as far as expectations. Well, this is just my things that I feel like are good to think about. Communication, respect, trust, and quality time. So with communication, always important to think and look on what kind of communication are you giving out. Is it communication with substance? Does the conversation always go back to physical? Is the conversation geared towards goals and progression and teaching each other something? Or is the conversation just kind of like, y'all talk every now and then? What type of conversation do you have? What type of communication do you have? Is the communication consistent? As far as respect, is there a respect for the other person? Are you allowing to teach each other? One thing about me, I love a man that can teach me, a man that can teach me anything that he knows, a man that can offer to enhance or progress me. I think that is something that is a good quality for a man to have, and vice versa. Ladies, a man will respect you when he knows that you can use this and not just all of this that we got, because a lot of us tend to get it misconstrued that just because we got a nice frame, nice shape, and a cute face, that's all we got to offer. But no, sis, you can do better. Use that brain God gave you. He gave it to you not to just sit up there and float, like to really be used. So let's use it. And I'm telling you, men will think it's sexy. Like, it's all about that. Ultimately, you want to go into it with that trust. There's some trust that needs to be had in there. What type of confidant are you to that person? Are you the type of person where they can talk to you about anything as a friend? Guys like to feel like they can do the same thing they do with their homeboys, they want to do with their girl too. And we can't necessarily do the same thing we do with our girls with our guys, so that's kind of where the double standard lies. But as far as just what type of person are you in that person's presence? That's somebody that you can like say that you're their piece or they're your piece. A man don't need to go to work and come home and, you know, his girl is tripping like that. Who wants to deal with that? Like, nobody. I wouldn't want to deal with it. And vice versa. A woman shouldn't have to come home and her guy is, you know, on a whole nother level and is arguing. And no, it shouldn't be like that. It should be that person should be at your peace to where you want to be around them on a consistent basis. Is that person motivating for you? Are they encouraging when you talk to them about your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, things that, you know, you want to accomplish in life just for you as a person? Is that person motivating you? Are they encouraging you? Are they putting in the work and the time and investing in what you have going on, vice versa? A lot of times as women, we tend to think that, oh, well, the man got to do this and the third. But men, we need to start making the men feel more confident in being able to express, you know, those things to us, so that we can be that support for them and be that motivating and that educator. As a friend, you want to be able to pour into your friend. You want to be able to pour into each other as friends, pour into them with encouraging and motivating them. Are you giving them words of affirmation, letting them know they can do anything, they can do all things through Christ that strengthens them, that all things are possible through the good of those. All things are possible through Christ. All things work together through the good of those that love the Lord. Are you telling them things like that? Are you constantly keeping them built up? Because we need each other. Even though we are talking about dating and getting to know each other on a more intimate level, but addressing the friendship part of it, we still need each other. So it's also important to, are you looking out for that person's well-being and their soul? Is that important to you? Oh, ain't nobody asked you if you ever looked out for their soul, huh? Let somebody ask you, are you looking out for my soul? I'll be like, oh, looking out for my soul. That's a positive, like, that's a question that nobody asks. You need to keep them around, guy or female. Like, pay attention to stuff like that. Another thing that we tend to not pay attention to is consistency. Consistency is something that we tend to kind of forget about. Consistency can go in two different ways, though. It can go into a positive way or a negative way. And when I say positive or negative, what I mean by that is a lot of times we tend to focus on a lot of the negative. So when I say consistency can go in a negative way, it's more so like not giving the right amount of time. When you're consistent in a negative way, you are not the person who talks to them all the time. You're not the person who, you don't follow through on your plans, you don't keep your word. That's consistent in a negative way. Consistent in a positive way is someone who does make good on their promises, keeps their word, calls you when they say they will, texts you when they say they will, make sure that when they initiate plans, they come through. There's not a lot of canceling going on. That's about consistency. What type of consistent person are you? Are you consistent positive, consistent negative? Another thing that we tend to not understand and realize is we like to incorporate sex into stuff way too soon, way too early. And sex shouldn't be incorporated into anything, especially when you're just friends. Think of how many friends that you have been interested in. Now imagine sleep with all of them, or have slept with all of them. Like, come on now, we're not doing that. It's 2018. We need to be addressing things and approaching things in a more mature, responsible level. Because let me tell you this, STDs is still around, okay? Don't care what they're telling you. Those are still real, okay? And children are also, they come from having sex. And we don't want to be bringing kids into this world that don't have stable homes, okay? They need a mother and a father together. That'll be nice. So let's try to be responsible, okay? Ultimately, you want to establish what's the end goal. Like, why are you guys spending time with each other? Why are you entertaining this person? Are you dating to get married? Are you dating to have kids? Are you dating to get married and not have kids? Like, you have to let it be known, because a lot of people out here wasting time, spending time with people that they know at the end of the day, know in the back of their mind, this ain't going nowhere. And they haven't made it known, but yet it's comfortable for the time being. Like, it's time out for that. It's about time that we really put our foots down as men and women and make it known, boundaries, set limits on what is acceptable and what is not. Another thing, for those of you that are spiritual, it's important to always recognize your spiritual walk with God. When you are talking about whether or not to incorporate sex into this whole courting phase, your spiritual walk with God should play a part in that decision. And the reason why I say that is because if you truly, truly believe in what the Word of God says, it can be hard. We all human, trust me. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Like, I have fell into the, you know, temptation and the lust of wanting to sleep with somebody prematurely when I don't know them. But at the end of the day, once I did that, it's all about how it makes you feel. And how I felt about myself after that was knowing that it wasn't going nowhere with that person. It made me feel like, okay, well, I just did that, now what? Okay, whatever. Now I feel like, you know, I just wasted my time. And ultimately, we can't succumb to what our flesh wants. Ultimately, we have to be disciplined in what our flesh wants, because this is a jewel. Guys, y'all got jewels too. Don't let people out here fool y'all. Okay, we women are the only ones carrying jewels, and y'all need to be more selective with who you giving your jewels to. Men, I'm talking to you. Okay, I don't know why society doesn't make it so that guys know as well that their bodies are sacred, just like women. It's not about just women's bodies being sacred. Both bodies are sacred. And then too, you who want somebody to stimulate your mind. It's easy to stimulate somebody physically. That's the easy part. Stimulate me mentally, that's the hard part. That goes and shows me whether or not I want to keep you around in my life. Whether or not we can have lasting intellectual conversation with substance. If you don't stimulate my mind, what are you around for? It's one of those things where it's all about time. Time is precious, and we need to get with it. 2018 is here, and it didn't wait for us, so we need to come on with it, okay? So let's always remember that too. And then women, I'm gonna talk to y'all for a second, okay? Fellas, hang tight. Ladies, how should we act as ladies when we're going through this whole courting phase? It's one of those things where, in my opinion, I feel like we don't act polite enough, and we are not ladylike enough, and we tend to not show our soft side. We've got this whole, I'm independent, I can do it myself, I don't need no man, I pay bills. But what we're doing is we're emasculating our men, and we're also creating this false sense of we can do everything men can do. And yes, we can do a lot of things the same that men can do, but some things are meant for men to do, okay? So let's start there. Being polite. When you're going out with a man, friend or not, if they're friend or if you're dating or whatever, be polite. Use your manners. If they open the door for you, say thank you. Say please. You know, yes and no, and speak to them as if you respect them. Ultimately, you want them to continue to do nice things for you, and vice versa. So you say thank you. You want them to talk to you with respect. So you say those things that continue to draw that type of energy in. Being ladylike. Guys, I'm gonna talk to you for a second. I'm gonna pause. Guys, being ladylike and being a gentleman, there's two different things with that, okay? Being ladylike is for a woman to allow a man to open her car door to pay for the date if he so insists. Things like that. But it also stems from being a gentleman. Not fellas. Some of us, we don't do that old school dating no more. Y'all be hitting us up talking about something. Meet me here. We about to go out, do this and the third. That's all feeling cool because I know times have changed. People crazy. You don't want anybody knowing you stay too soon. I get it. Okay, cool. But old school dating, if you truly have discernment about the people that you are bringing into your life and allowing to court you in the way that we are discussing, if you allow them to pick you up, men, when you go pick a lady up for a date or y'all going out to hang out, you do not wait outside and text her and say you outside. You park your car, you get out of your car, you go to her door, you knock on the door, ring the doorbell, whatever she got, and you make sure she's ready, and you walk her to the door and you open her car door, okay? That is how you show, number one, you establish that you're a man that gives respect and deserves it back, and you establish that you are a man that has some sort of respect about him when it comes to women, and you show your gentleman side. And believe it or not, fellas, that stuff really does get y'all cool points, okay? I don't know why these people out here telling y'all they don't, but we like stuff like that, okay? Ladies, allow him to be that. So give genuine and solid advice and wisdom. Okay, so when I say that, I'm meaning for us ladies, when a guy, it's hard for them to open up to us, okay? So when they choose to open up to us and tell us things that they want advice about, we have to take that seriously. We have to make sure that, number one, we're giving them solid advice that they can take and use and apply. And number two, we have to make sure that's coming from a place of love. Also, ladies, we don't tend to show your personality. Like, the person that you are when they first meet you should be the person that you are 6, 7 months or 10, 11 years from now. It shouldn't then, you know how they say the first 3 to 6 months of dating is the interview phase. I hate that. Like, I'm down for show me who you really are, because my mom used to tell me all the time, if a person show you who they are, they believe them the first time. And if you ain't showing me the real you, that means when I finally do see it, I'm finna be confused, because I'm like, wait, what is this? I don't remember this person. You can't. Be who you are. Embrace. Because if that person is for you, they're going to like and love you for who you are, no matter what. Now, that whole, this is who I am, I'm not about to change. If you really are a toxic person and you need work, then that's different. That's a lack of growth and a lack of maturity, and your ego is blocking your blessings. But if this is just you who you are, like I'm just a bubbly person, I'm just a laughable, likable person, can't nobody change that and embrace that about you. And the person for you will like and love that about you. Okay? So let's always be seen as that. And like I said earlier, you want to be each other's peace, okay? As a friend, you want to be able to have that one friend that you can come to in no matter what situation, and they take your mind off of whatever you have going on. If you might have had a stressful day and you just want to relax and chill and unwind, and that's the one person that you think of that you know can put you in that space. It's all about being each other's peace. You don't want to have a person that you miserable around 24/7. Like, who wants to live like that? Nobody. Always remember to put in solid effort. Sometimes we as ladies tend to put a lot of the pressure on the guys to put in the effort, but it's also about us too. We have to give what we want to receive, and we can't expect anything less than what we are, or anything more than what we are willing to give. So let's always be mindful of that. A lot of the times we put a lot of pressure on men, and I'm not saying men, the pressure is not on you, because we do expect you to step up if you're trying to lead, because that is what your purpose in life is, to lead the woman. But ultimately, we have to allow ladies, give them that platform to want to do that. We have to, because a man's not going to want to lead you if you ain't you showing that you can do it yourself. He's going to be like, all right, girl, bye. Handle it then. Go ahead and handle it by yourself. Women like that, blocking a lot of blessings. Quality time, communication is all a part of effort. What type of effort are you putting into that friendship? And in case y'all didn't hear me say earlier, this is the courting phase that I'm kind of describing, just in more detail when it comes to the friendship part. Because our generation, we forgot about the courting phase. Like I said at the very beginning, we go straight from I like you, it's a connection, it's chemistry, and now we about to bring sex into it, and now we living together, and all that. We done mixed up all type of different steps, and then we wonder why the relationship ain't working right, and all this stuff, and you wonder why you seeing this type of person 6-7 months down the road that you didn't. It's a lot. Like, who wants to deal with that? So let's break it down. Let's start with it slow. Let's take it slow. Okay, we're gonna take it slow. But at the end of the day, it's all about building that foundation. We're building a partnership. In the Bible, I believe firmly in marriage the right way. Y'all know I'm saved, sanctified, and covered by the blood of Jesus, okay? Ain't no denying that. I love the Lord with all my heart, and I really want to please Him when it comes to my marriage. I want to have a second chance in marriage and ultimately glorify Him, because marriage is ministry, in case y'all didn't know, okay? And marriage is about how are you going to give God the glory. So ultimately, if you can't be out here just, having your ministry just with anybody. Like, purposes got to align, connections got to be there, God's got to ordain. Like, it's a lot that has to go on. But that's why you build that foundation, so that you can know. And while you're going through the whole courting phase, pray for discernment, pray for wisdom about the person. Pray and ask God to allow you to see that person's heart for who they really are. That way you can see whether or not, do I like this person? Are they worth my time? Should I entertain them? Can I see a future? That's when you start to think about those type of things. Once once the person starts to prove, and this is, like I said, it's for men and women. I want you guys' feedback on this. I want comments and stuff. I want to hear what you guys think and feel about, the effort and the communication and the quality time. What step in order do you think it should go in? The last thing I want to touch on is respect, okay? Honestly, if you don't respect the person that you are dating and courting, it ain't gonna work. I know for me, for instance, in my ex-marriage, it got to a point where I didn't respect him as a man. I didn't respect him as a person. So the way I talked to him was affected, the way we communicated, the way we interacted, everything was affected. And it started to get to where he didn't respect me as a woman and started to look at me a certain way, and just things didn't work out at the end of the day, and all because the respect wasn't there. It got to a point when we communicated, I was talking at him and not to him, and like he was my equal, you know what I mean? And if you don't respect the person that you're with, you're going to start talking to them like they're kids, and We ain't have no kids. I don't have no kids. You're not my child. You already got a mama figure. We don't got time for that. Like, it shouldn't have to be that way, okay? Nobody should be talked to or at. They should be talked to with respect. Respect also comes in with, for my ladies, allowing him to be the man and to do manly things. For instance, like I was saying earlier, allowing him to be a gentleman and opening your door. Allowing him, if he so chooses, to pay for your date if you guys go out. Allowing him to be the type of person to where if he wants to make sure your oil is changed, if he wants to make sure that you got good tires on your car, you want to make sure you got enough gas in your car so that you can get to where you're going. Those are allowing your man to be a man. Okay, a lot of times we miss out on blessings. We miss out on the fact that a man is supposed to take care of his situation and maintain, and your job is to maintain. Man provides. Women, we tend to forget that we are the ones that have the multiplying factor, and what I mean by that is it's about to be a word, y'all, so take notes. What I mean by that is having a multiplying factor is a man can go out and get groceries, but you are the one that can make it into a meal. You get what I'm saying? We multiply. Okay, a man can drop a seed into you to make a baby, but we're the one who determines whether or not it's a boy or a girl, and our eggs and stuff split if it could be twins. Like, we multiply. Okay, a man can go out and buy us a house, but we are the ones who make it a home. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about the multiplying factor. If we don't understand that as a woman, what type of allowing him to be a man and you be a woman, it'll function if you approach it that way. And then just embracing each other's individuality. That stems from getting to know the person as a friend first. You will never ever get to know a person's individuality until you get to know them as a friend. That's when you determine whether or not you like them or not. If you don't like them, it will show. It will definitely show. It will show in how you talk to them. It will show in how you interact. It will show in how you treat them in front of other people if you don't like them. It'll show in your issues that you have when you guys go through problems eventually down the line. It will show that you don't like them because who they are is going to be who they are in all aspects. So let's always think about that. So I just want to say, you guys, thank you so much. That comes to the close of episode 3 with Sister Speaks Ari Charmaine. I am so glad that I was able to talk to you guys again and interact. Happy New Year. Thank you guys for tuning in. It is 2018, y'all. We need to be out here living life, living our best life, getting it together, being responsible, treating each other with respect, really showing that we love each other, because we are a people that we have the capability to really build ourselves up and to encourage each other. So let's always remember that part, okay? Also, if y'all like my shirt, it says I am great. Shout out to my man Tef. Got this from his Instagram page. If y'all want to get this shirt, he got a bunch of other ones that's real nice. This one says I am great. You know what I'm saying? But shout out his Instagram, Empower You Now. Tef is the dude that you get these shirts from. So yeah, hit him up. Show him his support. Y'all, be out here supporting businesses, small businesses, people that got trying to be out here hustling, making a living for themselves. Grind, stack, and flip all day. That's all it's about. Okay, grind, stack, and flip. So I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. It's episode 3. Sister Speaks with Ari Charmaine. Drop comments. Leave your feedback. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook is gonna be down below. I love y'all for watching. This Sister Speaks with Ari Charmaine. This Sister Speaks with Ari Charmaine. 2018, we up in here, B.